Okay, so when you think about the Super Bowl, your mind probably goes straight to the big plays, right? The touchdowns, maybe the halftime show, those legendary parties. But imagine this. Millions of people watching, and they're not just focused on the score. They might be obsessed, like truly obsessed, over whether a specific word gets said first after the game, or what color Gatorade gets dumped on the winning coach. It's this kind of wild, unexpected world we're diving into today. Super Bowl novelty prop bets. So, our mission here is really to explore these, let's say, quirky wagers. We'll dig up some surprising facts and hopefully make sure you're really clued in on this unique part of the whole Super Bowl experience.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating, I think, is how these novelty prop bets just completely broaden the appeal of the game. They really do. They sort of pull in casual fans, people who might not care about complex point spreads.
Right, like the handicap stuff or the over-under totals.
Yeah. Exactly, those traditional wagers. These novelty bets, they bypass all that complexity. It really highlights that sports betting isn't always about, cold, hard numbers and deep probability dives. Sometimes it's just about the fun of it all, the spectacle, finding these little micro dramas everywhere.
Okay, so novelty prop bets. Basically, we're talking wagers on these kind of weird, often hilarious side things happening around the actual football game and the range.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild what you can actually bet on. Let's maybe start before the game even kicks off, like the pregame stuff.
Absolutely. Good place to start. Take the national anthem. Everyone watches it, right? Well, people bet on it, not just who's singing, but often how long they'll hold that final note, the very last note.
Seriously, how long they hold a note?
Oh, yeah. And bettors, get this, they actually dissect everything. They look for, like, grainy rehearsal videos that leak online. They check the singer's past performances, even the weather forecast for game day.
The weather, how does that factor in?
Well, the thinking goes, humidity, temperature.
Yeah.
Could it affect the vocal cords, the timing? It's almost like performance art analysis rather than sports betting. People go deep.
Wow. Tracking rehearsals, analyzing weather for a single note. That's some serious dedication. Almost obsessive, you could say. Does all that scrutiny actually, like, pay off? Or is it more just feeling like you have some control?
That's a really good question. I think often the effort itself is impressive, but yeah, it probably speaks more to that human need we have, right? To find patterns, seek control, even when something is pretty much random, which actually brings us nicely to another pregame classic, the coin toss.
Ah, the coin toss.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get simpler, right? Heads or tails. But literally millions of dollars are wagered on that single flip every year.
Millions. Just on the coin toss, that still blows my mind. I think I read somewhere that some years there's more money on the coin toss than on, like, the first touchdown of the game.
It happens. It absolutely does. That's the level of, let's call it fascinating dedication we're seeing. Maybe slightly illogical dedication.
Definitely seems illogical.
And some bettors, they even track the history. Like heads came up the last 5 years, so tails must be due. They treat it like it's a science, looking for patterns where logically, well, there aren't any. It's a neat little psychological quirk, isn't it?
It really is. So, okay, from super precise timings on notes to pure 50-50 chances like coin flips, the unpredictability is a big part of the fun here. But what about the stuff we know is coming? Like the halftime show is always huge. Does that become a betting playground too?
Oh, definitely. Huge betting opportunity. Beyond just, the music and the performance, you get these very specific bets tied to the show itself. A few years back, remember Rihanna? There was a big prop bet on whether she'd start her performance wearing, I think it was a red jacket or a black one.
I do remember that. Red versus black jacket. It's this tiny visual details, right? They turn into betting props, makes everyone watch even closer.
Exactly. It makes the viewing experience, well, different.
Yeah.
More engaging on multiple levels.
I was actually at a Super Bowl party that year, and people literally paused the TV arguing if her jacket was more like crimson or scarlet. It was totally absurd, but yeah, it definitely added something. And speaking of those iconic moments, what about the end of the game? The celebration, that Gatorade shower.
Ah, yes, the Gatorade shower, a true classic of the genre. And yes, you can absolutely bet on the color of the liquid that gets dumped on the winning coach. Will it be blue, orange, that classic lime green, yellow, maybe?
So people are betting on sticky liquid colors.
Yep. It's a moment everyone waits for anyway. And now it might come with a little payout for some people. It's almost like the whole Super Bowl is this giant, elaborate stage set up just to tap into our human desire to predict things, No matter how trivial the outcome might seem, there's a great absurdity to it all.
It really is absurdly brilliant in a way. And I think it even goes into the victory speech, too.
You're right, it does. You can sometimes find bets on, say, which specific word will be said first in the MVP's or the coach's victory speech.
Like what? Teamwork, dedication.
Exactly. Or maybe grateful, fans, unbelievable. It just adds another little layer of, well, playful guesswork to moments that are already pretty charged with emotion.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Anthem notes, coin flips, jackets, Gatorade colors, first words. These bets are incredibly diverse, often pretty funny. But what's the real, impact of all this? It feels like it's more than just a quick laugh, isn't it?
Oh, it is much more, absolutely. These bets, quite cleverly, I think, extend the Super Bowl's magnetic pull way beyond just the time the clock is running.
Yeah.
Every pre-show bit, every halftime detail, every post-game comment, it all becomes a potential point of engagement, a reason to pay attention. And they're almost perfectly designed, you could argue, to bring those casual fans into the betting fold. Someone who might, never care about a point spread suddenly finds themselves really invested in the Gatorade color.
Or Rihanna's jacket color, like you said.
Precisely. It connects people to the event in a different way.
So it really transforms it from just a football game into this massive cultural event where, every tiny detail is potentially part of the collective fun, part of the spectacle.
Exactly. The spectacle is key. These wagers are, let's face it, playful. They're wonderfully unpredictable. And they really serve as this vibrant proof that sports betting isn't only about crunching numbers and figuring out odds. A huge chunk of it is just about having fun with the sheer scale and, well, the randomness of the spectacle itself. And this, I think, is a major reason why the Super Bowl stays one of the most entertaining nights, not just in sports, but honestly in the whole world of betting, too.
Yeah, this deep dive has really pulled back the curtain on that whole wild, slightly bizarre world of Super Bowl novelty prop bets. It's pretty clear how they managed to turn the Super Bowl into something even more entertaining, more unpredictable, and how they widen the net, pulling in fans who are just there for the show, the spectacle.
Right. And, think about it. It does raise an interesting question, doesn't it? If these kinds of playful, unpredictable wagers can boost engagement so much for a huge sports event like the Super Bowl, well, what other big cultural events could benefit from something similar? Outside of sports, I mean. Think about it. What would your ideal novelty bet be for, say, an awards show? Or maybe a big tech product launch, first word spoken, color of the device unveiled. It definitely gives you something interesting to mull over.